Hi guys, I wanted to show you the wake up the energy in the body as well as just the movements for opening up the spine. So we'll start with the waking up the energy in the body. So basically you kind of start at the top of the head and move down. And I always start with a tapping of the head or scratching the scalp, just really waking up the brain. And then you're going to come to the ears and pinch the ears all the way up and down. It feels sort of good to pull and open in the jaw. Tapping the face or massaging the face. Oh, it always feels so good. And then coming to the neck. And we did our vocal warm-up, just feeling that vibration. Ah. And remembering that voo sound really opens up the belly brain. And then you start the waking up the body. So you start at the top, and the idea is that you pat down the body. So you start and you pat down. Sometimes I skip the chest area just to make it easier for some of us. So it's top to bottom and top to bottom. Good. Then you start with the arms and you go down the side of the arm and you flip and we come up the inside of the arm. You go down the outside, up the inside. Other side, down the outside, up the inside, down the outside, up the inside. Go to the back body. You're tapping on your back body. And then you can go standing or sitting. You go down the front of the legs, up the back of the legs. Down the front of the legs, up the back of the legs. And then you're rotating your wrists, your fingers, your ankles, your toes. And if you're standing, you're starting to get a little bit of movement in all your joints too. And then you knock in to the webbing of the fingers. This comes out of Qigong. It's like a Tai Chi kind of Eastern modality of energy movement in the body. Pulling the energy, good. And then you, you recontextualize for yourself that tingling sensation, that vibration that you feel in your body is energy moving. It's a beautiful thing. Whew. And then I'm going to show you the movements of the spine. So basically remembering 6 movements of the spine. And I'm sitting a little more forward. I'm sitting with my feet on the floor, hands on the knees, and I'm basically using the downward pressure of my feet and holding on to my arms to create resistance for the contraction of my spine. So I'm really sucking my abdominal muscles in to open up the vertebrae. And then I'm pulling forward, finding that midline before broadening through the chest, lifting the sternum up, smiling and inhaling, and exhaling back down. You can hear my dogs tap dancing on the floor, inhaling up, exhaling down. Oh. And then we're going to do our side to side. Remembering that, I feel like sometimes with movement and exercise, it's sort of, at least for me, I can feel like the further I go, the bigger it is, the better. But it's really about sensation and thinking about why we're doing a movement this way. So this movement is really to open up the intercostal muscle in the side body. So I put my hand beside me and I'm giving some downward pressure. And even the downward pressure, I can feel this sort of arcing and lifting of the abdominal muscles. And then I'm going to go over. I'm not going to collapse. I'm not going to lift this sitting bone. I'm going to try to keep it grounded. You always have a grounding force, and a stretching force. And if my arm's floppy, I'm not going to really feel the stretch. but I'm stretching, and it's like I'm trying to lift this rib cage in that direction, and feel the breath move in the body. Oh, it feels so good. I like to kind of do a little forward, backward. Oh, every time I do these lateral bends, and then we go the other way, I always realize how much compression is happening every day just through gravity. You know, the force of gravity is always compressing us. So it should feel really good. And then we do our twists. So you put your right hand against the left knee, remembering that you're using oppositional forces, resistance to create more movement. So think of this more as you're lifting your spine and rotating all the vertebrae. How many are there? That is the bonus question. Breathing, looking up, looking down. This orienting to your surrounding, this spinal rotation really helps us settle ourselves into the moment. And coming back. And now you're ready. Enjoy.